nests in trees near the water, forming large colonies with other water birds. Beyond its majestic beauty, this bird plays an essential role in the ecosystem. As a predator of small aquatic organisms, it helps maintain the balance and cleanliness of the waters. The African grey hornbill is another winged resident of the Okavango Delta. It is a bird with a long curved bill, known for its distinctive calls and social behavior. It lives in pairs or small groups, feeding on fruits, seeds, insects, and small animals. Its reproduction is remarkable. The female isolates herself in a tree cavity, sealing the entrance. Among the vibrant colors and dramatic contrasts of the Okavango Delta, there is a bird that captures all eyes. It is the lilac-breasted roller, considered by many to be one of the most beautiful birds in the world. Its deep lilac chest blends with turquoise tones on its wings and mint green on its back. It is a small bird, but with a spectacular presence. Despite its delicate appearance, the roller is an efficient hunter. It feeds on insects, small reptiles, and even amphibians. Its preference for open areas with scattered trees makes it a frequent sight. When seen in the golden light of an African sunset, it seems to shine even brighter. For many local cultures and visitors, spotting a lilac-breasted roller is a sign of good fortune. Walking here is one of the most elegant and iconic birds of the African savanna. the crowned crane. With its golden crest standing erect like a natural crown, this bird seems sculpted by nature itself. Its slender body is covered in grey and white feathers, contrasting with a face painted in red and white. Living in pairs or small family groups, cranes move gracefully over the humid plains. A varied diet includes seeds, insects, small vertebrates, and even crustaceans. But perhaps its most captivating feature is its dance. During courtship, the crowned crane performs jumps. This spectacle, combining aesthetic beauty and deep emotional connection, is living proof. The crane is not just a visual spectacle, but also an essential component in maintaining the environment. Its majestic and peaceful presence is a silent reminder of the harmony that can exist. Amid the calm waters and winding channels of the delta, a curious and enigmatic figure attracts attention. The hammerkop, with its characteristic broad, flat head, is easily recognized by its discreet plumage. It feeds on fish, amphibians, and aquatic insects, and is famous for its ability to build massive nests. These nests are used for several seasons and even by other species. In the arid yet vibrant heart of the Okavavo Delta, a majestic figure moves with elegance. The ostrich, the largest bird on the planet. With its large eyes and muscular legs, the ostrich is a true survivor. It does not fly, its wings are too small. But what it lacks in flight it makes up for in speed. This giant bird can reach 43 miles per hour in a sprint. The Okavango ostrich is adapted to extreme temperatures and water scarcity. They get most of their water from the food they consume, such as roots, seeds, and small invertebrates. In groups, these birds develop an interesting social dynamic, where a dominant male often leads. He is also the one who digs the pit in the sand for the communal nest, where several females lay their eggs. In the Okavango ecosystem, the ostrich plays an important role as a seed disperser. Beneath the waters of the Okavango Delta is a hidden world of aquatic life. This underwater environment is full of colors and shapes, creating a dance of light and shadow. Water transforms time and landscape, revealing the resilience and adaptation of living beings. Four months have passed since the first waters began their journey from the Angolan highlands. And now, finally, the flood of the Okavango Delta reaches its zenith. Millions of gallons of water have slowly poured onto the dry crust of the Kalahari, transforming what was once dust and cracks. It is the culmination of an ancestral cycle, where every drop counts, where every pool becomes life. The hungry herds return, migratory birds land in flocks, and predators approach silently. With the flood, the desert blooms, and for a brief time, abundance reigns supreme. Here, the water does not flow to the sea. It stays, pulsing and transforming, creating one of the most vibrant ecosystems. As the peak of the water passes, the Okavango Delta begins to fall silent. Gradually, the vibrant green gives way to dry yellows, and the clear channels shrink. It is an inevitable, almost ritualistic process. The water recedes, leaving its mark behind. Waterbirds migrate, fish are trapped in temporary pools, and the struggle for survival returns. The delta dries from the outside in a slow siege of drought. It is at this moment that the true nature of the Okavango is revealed. A place where life dances between extremes, where each cycle brings new challenges. The retreat of the water is not an end. It is merely the preparation for the next rebirth. As the days pass and the hot winds begin to blow again, the Okavango Delta slowly dries up. In the heart of the Kalahari, life does not stop. It just changes form, waiting for the next rains. With the relentless arrival of the dry season, the great herds have no choice but to move on. Each step raises dust and uncertainty, for not all will complete this journey. The desert reveals its most unforgiving face. Here, survival is a privilege reserved for the strongest. The few remaining waterholes become contested treasures, and tension hangs over every encounter. It is time to move, not by choice, but by necessity. In a corner of the woodland, where light seldom reaches, a lioness lies on the dry grass, her body trembling after the exhausting ordeal of birth. Beside her, 3 newborn cubs. Lion cubs are born with their eyes sealed shut, their bodies small and helpless. They cannot hunt or defend themselves. For the first few weeks, the mother must seclude herself from the pride. This is not only to shield her cubs from outside dangers, but also to avoid the attention of the males within her own pride. A resident male, should he discover cubs that are not his own, will not hesitate to kill them. Not far from the lioness's hiding place, a hyena has caught the scent of fresh milk. Its eyes gleam in the darkness, each step slow, yet full of calculation. The lioness, with her sharp instincts, quickly senses the danger. As the hyena pokes its head into the thicket, the mother attacks with terrifying speed. A roar echoes through the area, sending the predator fleeing. This is the cub's first lesson. Life in the Serengeti is no place for the faint-hearted. The lioness rarely leaves her cubs during these first few weeks. Every moment, she must be alert to every sound, every movement. In the Serengeti, danger is a constant shadow, and this is just the beginning of their trials. At 6 weeks old, the cubs are finally old enough to leave the den and rejoin the pride with their mother. It is a crucial milestone on their journey to adulthood, as the wider world opens up before them for the first time. A pride of lions is not just a fortress, but also the cubs' first school. Every adult female in the pride acts as a guardian. They gently teach the young ones to recognize each other, to understand the language of growls and the signals of territory. One morning, while the pride is resting near a riverbank, a small herd of antelope approaches their den. The adult females quickly disperse, forming a hunting line. Curious, one of the cubs clumsily runs after its mother. The antelope, startled, scatter and flee. The mother, rather than gently scolding, brings her cub back to the pride. This is their first lesson in understanding that on the savannah, every action must be carefully calculated. Not all cubs adapt easily to the pride. Some are often ignored or even snapped at by the adults. This is nature's way of teaching them that patience and adaptability are vital for survival. As dawn breaks over the Serengeti, the lions awaken. This is no ordinary morning. After days of hunger, the pride has decided to aim for a much larger target. Weighing up to 1,500 pounds, the buffalo is no easy prey. They are powerful, with sharp horns, and always move in a herd. From a distance, the pride's adult females begin to observe the buffalo herd. They do not rush to attack. Instead, each one moves silently through the bush. Behind them, the young lions watch the game unfold. This is their first practical lesson in understanding that a hunt relies on more than just strength. One lioness pauses, her sharp eyes fixed on an old bull at the edge of the herd. This is the ideal target. The other lionesses understand the signal from their companion. Each individual begins to move, forming a circle around the buffalo herd. One lioness takes the lead, bursting from the bush, sending the buffalo into a panic. The buffalo scatter, creating a scene of chaos. The pride quickly focuses on its target, the old bull now lagging behind. The mother attacks, sinking her claws deep into the buffalo's back, while other members of the pride rush in, biting at its legs and neck. The bull reacts violently, using all its strength to throw a lioness from its back. Meanwhile, a young lion, excited by the noise, decides to test its own strength. It targets another small buffalo that is running. But with its inexperience and slow speed, it is quickly sent flying by a powerful kick from the buffalo. This is the young lion's first practical lesson in understanding that hunting relies not just on strength, but on coordination and precision. The old bull, despite its power and effort, is ultimately no match for the lion's perfect coordination. As the buffalo falls, the roars of the lions shatter the tense atmosphere. This is not just the sound of victory, but also a signal calling the cubs to share in the spoils. The cubs, though not directly involved in the hunt, are allowed to approach and feast. They bite and tear at the flesh, learning how to handle prey under their mother's strict supervision. For the young lions, this is not just a hearty meal, but a valuable lesson in coordination and patience. Although they rule the savannah, lions are not immune to threats from both internal and external challenges. As evening light descends upon the Luangwa Valley, a quiet coronation takes place. Without the need for a thunderous roar or the strength of a pride, the leopard ascends to dominance with effortless majesty. Within the great wild, it is no mere creature. It is a phantom conducting the very breath of life. The leopard's domain is a kingdom of profound solitude. While a male claims a vast territory exceeding 19 square miles, he enforces his rule through silence. Direct confrontations are rare, for in an environment with no margin for error, a minor wound can be terminal. Rather than parading its power in the valley's daylight, it chooses a path of stealth, transforming patience into the ultimate weapon. Beneath the searing sun, or within dappled leaves, the rosette coat is a masterpiece of natural concealment. The leopard does not merely hunt, it dissolves. Lying as motionless as a mirage, 220 pounds of muscle and 6 feet of power are invisible to the prey. Its stalking prowess has become the definitive symbol of refined ruthlessness. Every footfall is measured with absolute precision. Every breath is held in the throat like an archer drawing a bow. When the moment arrives, it surges forward at 36 miles per hour, closing the distance in a heartbeat with a formidable pounce. Once the leopard has secured its kill, it never leaves the prize upon the ground. This is not born of greed, but from a profound understanding that other scavengers will never ignore an easy opportunity. With its powerful frame, the leopard hauls the carcass high into the canopy to branches only it can easily reach. In the shimmering heat rising from the parched earth, the lion feels no need to flaunt its might. Its mere silence is enough to command caution across the entire savanna. A phantom in the daylight, it does not hurry, possessing the absolute patience of a born hunter. When the time comes, the stillness is shattered by a lethal burst of speed at 50 miles per hour. This is more than a pursuit. It is the struggle for existence where life and death are intertwined. The lion's journey did not begin on these sun-scorched grasses today, but hundreds of thousands of years ago. When their ancestors reigned from the frozen plains of Europe to the deserts of the Middle East, now their kingdom has contracted, and South Luangwa remains one of the last strongholds where the great cat's legacy still burns. In lion society, power does not reside in the individual, but in the strength of the bond. The lionesses are the soul, the very heartbeat of the pride. They are not just hunters working in concert, but mothers and protectors, maintaining the invisible yet unbreakable threads of a complex matriarchy. As Luangwa enters the dry season, the land sheds its green cloak to become a brutal arena. Water becomes liquid gold, forcing all species to congregate. And there, death lies in wait. Survival in Luangwa demands senses that exceed our common understanding. Through specialized fatty pads beneath their paws, lions feel the very breath of the earth. They hear the low-frequency vibrations of a rival's footfall or the thunder of storms dozens of miles away. A natural seismic warning system keeps the Pride one step ahead of the grave.